Come on, Kobe, you ready to race?
Hey, Kobe.
Kobe doesn't absorb food properly. His intestines don't work properly. So without the G-tube feedings, then he doesn't gain weight. We tried to get him in baseball and soccer, and they wouldn't let him play because of the liability. So we wanted him to be able to do something with other kids. And we researched and found the quarter midgets.
Active freedom. This is what the EnteraLite Infinity means to Kobe and his family. For Kobe and other people like him, being able to carry on with daily activities while getting enteral feedings is not a luxury. It is essential.
All those things that one of us had to be home for the IV pull and one of us could run the errands, now we do together. Give me a list of all the things you can do with your pump.
Look at us! Climbing down the slide. Walking. And Kobe, you gonna get me or not? Come on, I gotta get this chair.
We know from a report by the Surgeon General that physical activity during play or work improves stamina and strength in people with chronic illness and contributes to a healthier state of mind by reducing anxiety and depression.
Yeah, we don't have to fight Kobe to hook him up to an IV pole.
His muscles have gotten stronger. His attitude is better. He's happier.
Now he's much better being hooked up. He could do a lot more, so.
Because he's not trying to get away from it, it's staying with him.
This physical activity, this active freedom when using the EnteraLite Infinity, can also help improve Kobe's developmental level and ability to learn. Being able to participate in school, social activities, or work outside the home allows those on enteral feedings to be productive members of their community. The portability, versatility, accuracy, and ease of the EnteraLite Infinity can benefit caregivers as well by reducing the stress that can occur when caring for someone on enteral feedings.
With the EnteraLite Infinity, you actually have a life. You can go grocery shopping and to your friend's house and amusement parks and travel, and I think it means his life.
Parents and other caregivers can carry on with their day with fewer travel restrictions, less time constraint, and less worry. In so many ways, the EnteraLite Infinity offers families and caregivers their own active freedom. This is the EnteraLite Infinity, the only enteral feeding pump that is uniquely designed with breakthrough technology to allow you to go where you want, when you want, to do what you want safely and with ease. Active freedom.
The Infinity is small, versatile, and can be moved in any direction or placed in any position, whether in a carry pack, on a wheelchair, in the backseat of a car, or attached to a pole or bed rail. The Infinity will continue to run accurately and safely. The Infinity's display offers high-visibility messages. The keypad is simplified with easy-to-push keys and an easy-to-clean surface. The innovative Infinity cassette eliminates the need for the drip chamber used in other pump systems and allows the EnteraLite Infinity to work in any position. Inside the teal-colored tubing of the cassette is the inline occluder, the specialized valve that controls the flow, prevents free flow from occurring, and eliminates the need for roller clamps. The pump wheel, cassette, and sensors within the cassette receptacle work together to make the EnteraLite Infinity a truly ambulatory enteral feeding pump with versatility that allows use for any enteral pump need. The EnteraLite Infinity will function safely and reliably in any position using one of the 3 types of disposable sets approved for use with the EnteraLite Infinity pump: the small 500 milliliter bag, the large 1200 milliliter bag, and the spike if you are using a vented bottle or pre-filled bag of formula. It is recommended that the disposable set is changed every 24 hours for proper pump functioning and to prevent the growth of bacteria.
You can prime it all the way through and get the air out of the bag and the line, and that way Kobe can jump and roll over and do everything.
The first step is to prime the disposable set to remove all the air from the system. After filling the bag, remove the protective adapter cover, and then, being sure that the cap is on tight, turn the bag upside down, hold it by the lower half, and squeeze gently so all the air rises to where the tubing is attached. On the longer end of the teal-colored tubing in the cassette, you will see the symbol of a drop of fluid. Gently pinch the tubing just below the symbol while lightly squeezing the bag to help with the flow. When you pinch the tubing, you'll feel the occluder inside. A gentle pinch moves the tubing away from the occluder, allowing the fluid to flow. It is very important that you pinch gently and just below the symbol of the drop of fluid to avoid damaging the tip of the occluder. When all the air is out of the tube, you can release your pinch. Pinching with different amounts of strength will create a faster or slower flow, but pinching too tightly may actually block the flow. Remember that the adapter cover must also be removed to allow the air out of the tubing. Place the loop of teal tubing over the pump wheel and stretch it slightly to fit the cassette into the receptacle. Now close the pump door. Press and hold the on-off key. You'll hear an alarm indicating that the system is testing itself. When the pump's self-test is completed, the display will show the rate that was programmed last. You may want to use the pump's prime feature if you are using a thick formula. Press and hold the prime key. The alarm will sound and the pump will activate at the maximum rate of 600 milliliters per hour. The display will read, "To stop, let go." When the air is out of the tube, release the prime key. The pump will return to pause mode and the display will again show the last programmed rate. The EnteraLite Infinity can be set in either of two feeding modes, single or interval feeding. To program a single feeding, press the plus or minus key to change the rate to the desired number. Hold either key down to change the numbers rapidly. Next, press the rate dose key to change the display to show the dose. Press the plus or minus key until you reach the desired dose. You can also program a continuous or infinite dose by pressing the plus key until INF appears in the display. When INF is selected as a dose, the pump will operate at the programmed rate until all fluid in the bag is delivered, and the pump will alarm. If you need to start over when setting either the rate or dose, simply push the clear key.
Plug it into the feeding tube.
To start the feeding, connect the adapter to the feeding tube and press the Run Pause key.
And now he's ready to go.
When the pump begins running, the display will show the rate and the arcs will rotate around the run symbol. You can press the rate dose and feed interval keys to check the settings while the pump is running. You can check the amount delivered in the current feeding by pressing the volume total key. This counter will reset itself each time a feeding is completed and a new one is started, or if a feeding is stopped and the settings are changed. Pressing the volume total a second time shows the amount delivered over the course of several feedings. The display will show the abbreviation TOTL, then the amount. This counter never resets itself. It can only be reset by the user. While the pump is running, the settings cannot be changed and the prime feature is disabled. If you need to stop the pump during a feeding, you can press the Run Pause key. The rate will appear on the display and the pump will be in pause mode. You may press the on-off key to turn the pump off. To restart the pump, press the on-off key or the Run Pause key. When you restart the pump, it will return to the point in the feeding where it left off. However, if you change the settings in the middle of the feeding, the pump will interpret this as a new feeding and not start where it left off. The EnteraLite Infinity will stop running when the dose is completely delivered, and Dose Done will appear on the display. At this point, the pump automatically goes to the pause mode. To start the next feeding from the pause mode, push Run Pause. If the pump has been turned off, push the on-off key, then the Run Pause key to restart it. The pump will remember the previous rate, dose, and feed interval settings. It is very important to check the settings before starting the next feeding by pushing the rate dose key.